Season 4 Episode 2, which I have summarized from the novel. Alright, let us start with the previous episode of the terrible roar when suddenly heard from beneath the ruins of the Gulosek treasure. A pillar of blood-red light shot into the horizon. The practitioner who touched the blood-red light was instantly destroyed in the blink of an eye. The expressions of the practitioners in the square changed drastically. The kingdom sitting on the tiger's back, his eyes fixed on the smoking dust that wrapped around the ancient sect monument's square. The beast's power was probably stronger than cool. Somewhat ancient loud sound rang out as countless boulders shot out from deep underground. The boulders shot out, huge shadows suddenly appeared and immediately caused a strong wind. Very fast demon beast that was nearly 100 meters high floated in the air. This demon beast's entire body was extremely blood red. This beast here flapped its wings. All of the beast's power in this domain was transferred to the demon dragon's body. The beast immediately raised its head and roared into the sky. A ferocious sound wave spread outward. The horizons of several poor people nearby were immediately damaged in their eardrums after seeing how ferocious these British beasts were. The elite septi hurriedly retreated with frightened looks on their faces. Lin Dong also quickly urged Qian to stay away from this place. When he asked, it was Sio's ancient bloodbath. Martin was glued to the road on that enormous creature. So Martin chuckled with a passionate look in his eyes as he gazed at that ancient bloodbath dragon. If I could devour this ancient ladder demon spirit, my strength would level up. Manifestation. Hearing it, she'll be shocked. Devil, this big is so scary. I don't think we will be able to kill it even if we attack together. Is there no one else here? If those 4 clans want to get the hoarded treasure, they have to defeat this demon. We will move after the demon is seriously injured. So Martin licking his lips. Looks like this devil has no intention of giving up at all, especially if your stupid tiger can devour his flesh and blood. Then he will be able to get the dragon blood imprint when he grows up in the future. Surely his progress is limitless. If you miss this opportunity, you definitely won't have another chance in the future. Well, then we will act according to your plan. Even though he clearly knows this is not an easy thing. After all, Sio Martin has helped him a lot during this time, and it would be very inappropriate not to pay him a little. After seeing Lin Dong nodding his head in joy in his eyes, Matazio Martin grew stronger when he saw Sio Martin's expression. Protected, feeling helpless at first, he didn't plan to interfere in this matter. After all, that demonic aura was very scary. Meanwhile, Ling Qingzhu floated in the air with a stern face. Then his voice suddenly sounded in everyone's ears. People, everyone who is here, these beasts are so evil. Our 4 big clans will combine forces and set up formations. If anyone wants various treasures, please pour your beast power into those giant formations and help us kill those beasts together. Every profession, the elites of the 4 great right immediately dashed backwards before they quickly formed a gigantic complex formation in midair. Then Iwan Falls immediately spurted out into an enormous formation. The ancient bloodbath's power immediately roared. Clearly he could feel the power of gigantic information as soon as he opened his huge mouth, and terrifying before a fresh red light appeared and hit the grand formation directly, causing this grand formation to dim. Everyone, if you guys wish to obtain the treasure, please help us with Diane seriously shouted. Immediately the beast powers of the various factions and other elite practitioners gushed into the formation. The giant 4 formation giant sacred beast suppressed everything. The Lanchan team standing in the middle of the formation shouted, and his hand seals immediately changed. Then he used the power of the giant formation that the various elite high practitioners shared and directly formed a mountain on top of the giant formation. Then that thing fell and hit the ancient bat dragon's body. While facing such a powerful attack, the ancient bat dragon couldn't resist it. Immediately he took out a crushing roll, and while some of his scales were scattered on his body, instantly shattered and quickly burst out of his body and caused white smoke to appear from underground. As soon as the demon flapped its wings, then a strong wind swept across the area and turned into a tornado and swept all the elite practitioners around the lantern's face and shifted. The others turned pale. Music. They realized that this ancient bat dragon is so hard to deal with. England, Qian and other partition reds of the 4 big commercials may be serious. Their longing seal quickly changed. All domain animal powers instantly howled, thick killing intent visible in the eyes of Diet Lingling. Immediately he made his net along with Iwan's shockwave. Their terrifying falls ruthlessly smashed into the ancient bloodbath dragon again. There was a great explosion at this time. The entire domain precisely shook violently. Several elite professions from the 4 great roles were immediately thrown out and spewed out as strong as fresh air even in days. the pole was thrown a few hundred meters behind. Another roar once again appeared, but the voice seemed much weaker. A moment later they saw the ancient blood-bat dragon, whose physique exploded and lost an arm, and immediately fled high. The guardian beast had fled. The shelter that floated in the air smiled gently. Then he patted Qian's back, and immediately Qian clenched my fists. His lightning quickly chased after the badly injured ancient blood-bat dragon. Even though Lin Dong knew that the real treasure lay beneath the earthen palace, but Protected also knew that the ancient bat dragon Dara was just a child. If anyone dares to barge into the underground palace, then they will be slaughtered by the mysterious corpse. It seems no one else is interested in this blood-bat dragon. I guess most of them should go to the underground palace to look for smart treasure. Frin then gave a small smile. His eyes glared at the escaping giant bloody figures as he had an excited summertime expression. If it weren't for that and the little fire, he wouldn't have chosen to hunt Dara's bat ladder either, even though he knew it would increase his fighting abilities. Martin's excited voice suddenly sounded. Careful, the creature has fallen. It seems the injuries are too severe and can no longer escape. Lin Dong quickly turned around. The water blood-bat dragon fell from the sky and landed in the middle of the forest. Even though it was badly injured, the ancient land-bat dragon could still feel Nick at Lin Dong. Immediately he let out a slightly weak roar. High. Even though the creature was seriously injured, he was still very vicious. When Lin Dong saw this situation, music. Lin Dong smiled broadly as soon as he waved his sleeves before the high-tier symbol doll was once again spawned before Lin Dong poured 10.000 pure choice into his body. A shockwave of powerful energy erupted from within his body, then carried around the dong. It turned into a formidable force running towards the ancient blood-bat dragon. As it faced the ruthless southern symbol puppet, instantly gleamed in the bat dragon's eyes. Then it opened its huge and hideous mouth to hit this protected symbol doll. There was a loud crash after being hit by the bloody light. The symbol doll was blown away by the wind and left a 100-meter-long scratch mark on the ground, while the energy vibrations that shimmered in its body also dimmed.